Hey everybody, Ben, Studio Lake here. Excuse me. So this is going to be kind of a special chainsaw carving video. This will be my second official chainsaw carving video. Today, in this video, I'm going to be flying my helicopter over to Ladner, British Columbia, Canada, and carving in Jordys' tent when I know he's out of town. Look at that cute little hummingbird. I call him Frank. He's my little buddy. Yeah, he gets excited when he sees me. See, just like that. See, I just walked out the door and he popped his head up there. There's my big 091, old school steel chainsaw, heavy duty sucker that is. I got my 261 farm boss there and my little 193 rear handle. That 193 is an arborist saw. So here's me messing around with my GoPro. I'm not a fan of using the GoPros per se, but I'm going to put it on this brand new fancy hard hat I got so I can do like a third person shooting. I got some great ideas, guys. I got some great ideas. I seen Ryan Cook doing that. So it's like you're chainsaw carving, like third person, like video games. And then I'll have a camera, my big Canon camera on the other side. So anyways, long story short, my wife knew I wanted to fly out here. I'm going to use the work helicopter. I can't show it in the video though because it's company policies. So you won't see that, but my wife used to work in the movie industry for hundreds of years. She was the top of the line in the makeup division, and well, she did clothing for a while. But anyway, she's gonna make me look like Jordy. So yeah, I'll look like Jordy. So in this video, it's actually me, believe it or not. It's not Jordy. She even kind of like, sorry Jordy, but she makes me look fat like Jordy. And she even paints on the tattoos. So always safety gear, guys. There's my brand new carving gloves. Everything's new here, right? I'm a seasoned chainsaw user. So here's Jordy's tent. Look at that cedar. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Look at this cute big cedar log. Look at that. Oh, it's a piece of basswood that I love carving. No, it's not. It's friggin' something else. But let's carve it. Holy poof, would you look at that? Set up completely so I don't even need to lift it off the ground to cut it. How about that? Just my luck. So I found one of Jordy's, excuse me. I found his 170 there. It's kind of dull, Jordy. I think you need to sharpen your chains better. But yeah, so I'm doing the undercut. You'll see. I did it just perfect. So watch this. Poof, look at that. Huh? Okay, so here I am drawing on the face. I'm basically drawing on the rim of the cat. Don't pay attention to that bottom line. No, no, no. So, when you got your jaw horse, okay, that's what I'm using here, Jordy's jaw horse. I'm doing the cap, so now the cap is upside down. Okay, so that's the cap in the vise. Okay, so pretend you're doing a mushroom. We're doing a little grumpy gnome today, okay? Oh, look, I finally got the new sprocket for my 193. Yep, they kept on sending me the wrong sprocket, but I got the one just before I came out here and I brought the saw with me and a little carving bar on it. So what I'm doing here now is I'm cutting the rim of the gnome cap. Okay, and while I'll explain why always do the cap first. So now I'm making the beveling cuts for the cap. It's easy to do it when the cap's upside down. You'll see. It will make the cap raised off because you're removing wood, and wood carving is always removing, hopefully never adding. So when you do it this way, the cap hasn't been cut yet, so it sits in your vise nice. Okay? And it locks up good. But when your cap's already cut, it's hard to lock up the vise and it's not safe. And everybody, it's always about safety. Safety first. So yeah, like I said, I've been using chainsaws my whole life. Carving, it's kind of a different little game though. You still are using the chainsaw, but you know, you just gotta take care and be safe. Even me, I got the brand new chaps, new gloves. See? Okay, so let's pull all this. We'll flip it over now. So poof. There's your cap. Okay. Now you can shape your cap. You see, I learned that when I was in Germany. So yeah, I flew the Black Hawk helicopter when I was in the war. That was a beautiful beast, that chopper that I flew. Yep, I've been stationed all around the world, but I'm happy here at the studio on the lake. I'm just waiting to find some new contractors to build my new carving studio. My dust collector is finally en route, and so is my bandsaw. Keep telling Jordy that I'm going to get him that basswood, but I know Jordy's got patience, so he's not in any hurry. He's got lots of wood he can carve. But you guys know that see my videos before, I am the basswood hoarder. Oh yes, I am. Okay, so here I am with my hard hat on, my GoPro, and here is what you call a third-person view. It's kind of pretend you're playing a video game and the chainsaw's in your own hand. So forgive me for my filming as this is all new to me, but I got some great ideas. I got some real great ideas. So I'm going to be doing this third-person view, and I'm going to be having a couple other cameras set up on their tripods, so we'll get all views of my carving. See it slice just like that. So in this, I should have had the camera aimed a little bit lower so the carving is in the center of the screen. But you got to remember, people, this is a whole new thing to me. And yeah, I'm really excited though. I've been chomping at the bit to whatever that saying is, friggity rickets, to start chainsaw carving. But you know, I've just been too busy with work, and I've had the little grandkids come over, the little ones come over. So they come over a few times a week of the year, and we got to take them fishing, catch the fish, and I love catching the fish. And you know, yeah, basically our lake here is so full of fish. As soon as he casts the line out off the dock, boom, he's got a little fish on there, and it's just like non-stop. You know, you just catches so much fish. And it makes me really happy to see him having fun. I love my grandkids. I love my family. Yeah. So hopefully I can get my new studio built and find some contract. I'm having a feeling it's the price of wood. It's not really worth them to do it because the wood price is too much, and then less profit for them. Abracadabra. Look at that. So here's an example of why you always cut the cap first. So now I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to put the cap in the jaw horse and tighten it up. Look, it's tight, it's locked, boom, it won't lock in. You can lock it, but you're going to squish your mushroom cap because you're going to really fasten it, and it's going to dent it. So that's just best to do. Believe me, it's best to do the cap first. Anyways, Ben's studio on the lake here. Just loving my little trip here in Ladner, British Columbia, Canada. And here we are. Let's draw the face on. I'm a little bit concerned about there's a punky knot there. You'll see it in a second. I took some concern about that, but I figured out a way how to blend it into the carving. Well, because I'm Ben's studio on the lake. I wonder if Jordy lived on a lake. I wonder if you would call his channel Jordy on Lake. Or let's think of some good names. So here's another third person view of the I got it more centered now. I'm kind of getting the hang of it. Jordy on Lake, Jordy Fusion on the lake, Jordy Poos in the lake. No, I'm just kidding. Jordy Poos in the lake. Hey guys, it's you know, me, Jordy, and Just Carve Raw. We have a lot of good fun. We got a great community of carvers in the YouTube world here, and it's only getting better. But just so you know that we're always just poking fun at each other, and it's all in good fun. And we'd never do anything to assault one another. Besides, well, I don't know, me saying Jordy was fat, but whatever. Jordy calls himself fat. He says he's on a diet right now, so you know, whatever. Jordy, if you think it's rude me calling you fat, I'm sorry, but yeah, you're a little bit fat right now. So anyways, there's the grumpy lip there. Yep, Ben's studio on the lake, grumpy lip. Everything's going on planned, and I'm pretty happy with this. So I want to say, you know, when I started, why didn't I just make, because we're trying to make this a gnome sticking out of a tree, right? Like he's in a tree, and we're going to carve hands on. The bottom piece there is going to be a tree stump. And we wanted to make the gnome sticking out of the tree stump. So why didn't I just do eyes and the bridge of a nose and the cap peeking out of the stump instead of the whole gnome's face? It just kind of, well, it just doesn't make sense to me. And tell you the truth, it's something that Jordy would do. Yeah, something that I myself wouldn't do, but I did it. Maybe it's because it's different air here in British Columbia, Canada. Maybe it's all the salt in the air, because I know Jordy just lives like 5 minutes from the ocean, surrounded almost by it. The Pacific Ocean, that is. Anyways, just clean it up. So there you can see the log in the bottom of the piece there. Yeah, I learned that in Germany too. Black Hawk Down. You guys ever see that show? You guys ever see that movie? Great movie, Black Hawk Down. Yeah, I flew that copter when I did my time in the Army. So here you can see, I'm going to zoom in a second here, guys. Sorry about the editing. I'm cutting out each finger, but I want you to really take a look if you're interested. Watch how I use the tip of the bar here. Okay, coming up here. I'll be removing wood. Like, you guys remember when you're doing wood carving, you're removing wood. Sculpting is removing, or no, actually, hold on a minute. I'm wrong. There's another Jordy move. Just, you're removing wood. Wood carving's removing. Okay, so when you're using clay, you're adding. So now look how I'm using the tip of the bar to remove the wood below the fingers to make the fingers elevated from the wood. See how the fingers are starting to step off there? But you always want to use the bottom tip of your bar for the very beginners when you're doing that, okay? Because if you use the top part of your bar, you're going to get kickback. So always try and use the bottom side of the bar, the bottom corner. Anyways, I just love doing these voiceovers. I know Jordy's not a fan of them. That's because he doesn't know how to talk. So anyways, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fingers. Perfect. But, okay, so here I am with my little Dremel there. Cuts all. Jordy's got a great workstation. Everything's set up. You know what they say? The laziest man has the best ideas. Well, Jordy's got some great ideas, so. But I decided I put the hands too close, so I'm removing 2 of the fingers. 1 finger on each side to separate the hands a bit. So if anybody comes up to me when I'm selling this carving and say, well, why does your gnome only have 3 fingers on each hand? And then you can say to them, well, show me a gnome that has 4. And they'll look at you and say, no, show me a gnome that has 4 fingers. They'll show you a picture of a cartoon. You say, that's just a cartoon. That's not a real gnome. The real gnomes only have 3 fingers. And they'll be like, how do you know? And say, because they're my friends. But you won't see them though, because they just don't like normal people. Anyways, back to studio and lake carving. So yeah, the hands are separated there. So just removing the wood, making the fingers elevated. So there is the 1, 2, 5 cutter again, Dremel cutter. Just to give some burns in there. He's got some fingernails. Yep, see. I think I learned that when I was in Italy. But you see, I just should have had the face way lower, the eyes just peeking over the log stump. I didn't need to have the whole face of the gnome. Now it looks like a peanut. Look at that hole. Told you. Was worried right about the beginning of that. It's all punky. It's all rotten in there now. So here I am working on the eyes. I think I learned this technique, these eyes, when I was in France. Yeah, they do some real awesome sculptures over there. If you're over in the UK or anywhere over there, if you go to the old museums, some real, especially in Greece, real amazing sculptures out of the marble stone. Yeah, so that's where I used to get my my rock cutters for my Dremel is Germany, but I don't think that when I used to go back there, I used to pick up a bunch, but I don't think they make them anymore. So anyways, here it is on point. Just looks like a fat little peanut if you're wearing a cap, if you ask me. So here's a 360. Look at the great job my wife did on those tattoos. Anyways, so I did end up picking up, I will tell you the truth, I went and rented it for the day. It's the little Echo 2511. I know Jordy's got one, but he takes his saws home every time because Jordy does not live here. This is just where Jordy carves, on a farm. and he takes a saws home every day. So I went and rented this for the day. I figured, why the hell not? You know, look, I'm a helicopter pilot. I make good money, but it's a dangerous job. But I'm frugal with my money. I did not want to buy the brand new Makita finger sander because it was too much money. So I went to Harbor Freight and I got a cheap one. And I did not want to buy the expensive jaw horse. So I went to Harbor Freight and I got the cheap one. But guess what? Cheap ones are just as good as the expensive ones. So why waste the money? Yep. So here I am cutting on all the hairs for the troll, or excuse me, not troll. Jeez. Holy, I'm having a Jordy day. Cutting all the hair in for the gnome. And this is a special. This is a 3.5 or 3.5 inch disc. It's smaller than normal ones, and this is a cheap grinder from Walmart. I want to show you guys a special trick. Only the elite people could do this trick. You have to be using grinders your whole life, and here it comes. Watch this. Both one-handed grinder sander. You have to be very experienced to use the grinders with one hand. Everybody, trust me. I don't suggest you do it, and it's not very smart for me doing it in this video. But that's how I do a lot of my deep cutting on the basswood before when I'm doing my Dremel carving. Yeah, I just do that. So here's a little torch here, and little map torch. I'm just going to burn it up a bit. I'm going to burn it a bit deeper in the darker points, because when I pull out the sando flux, it will be darker, and it's just kind of giving it highlights. Don't burn it too much, you'll burn away your detail. And you see there, I didn't film it, but I got oh, here comes the sando flex. Yep. Luckily, Jordy didn't have this locked up, or the torch, so I was able to use that. So I'm just putting this tarp around because I'm going to be painting his cap. Can you guess what color? I don't know. Do you know? Boof. It's green. We'll go with a green cap this time. Let's call it Studio on the Lake Green. There he is. There you go, people. There you go. There's a full 360. You can see the bark. Ryan Cook, I learned that on his video. Just put some quick cuts in there, burn it, sand it. It looks like bark. It doesn't have to be too crazy. I still don't know what to do with this hole, though. Oh, boy. It's kind of just like, maybe I should have made a birdhouse. Would you look at that? Look at that. Oh. He's got a Ben Studio on the Lake stogie. Yeah, I sent my wife a picture of this guy. She likes him, wants me to bring him home, but I says, no, I'm going to leave it here for Jordy, so he'll be like, who the hell carved this when he shows up? And I'll leave a little note, and I'll tell him it's for his front yard, for beside the, look at that bark there, great job. It's for the front of his yard, beside Dick Do, the grumpy mushroom. His belly hang more than his dick do. That's what Jordy says anyways. So it's been a great time here, folks. I got to get back home to my family. I love my little ones. My grandkids are coming over, and we're gonna go fishing, catch some fish. Look at those hairs in there. Those is kind of a little bit screwed up. I love the stogie. Eyes are okay. Like I said, I learned those in Germany back in the day. So yeah, I'll leave this for Jordy and a little note. Thumbs up to this one. Thumbs up. Yeah, I like it. It turned out a-okay for me. So hopefully Jordy enjoys it. And hey guys, this is Ben's Studio on the Lake. It's been a real pleasure making this video for you. It's been a real pleasure flying out to Ladner, Delta, British Columbia, Canada to make this carving for Jordy. And I hope he gets really excited when he sees the place. So that's all for now. Ben Studio on the Lake.